Let me be honest with you. A country like Nigeria is supposed not to be together. We are not supposed to be together in one country with these different tribes. We're supposed to be a confederation. You see, Cotonou, there is no Nigeria that does not love a Republic Cotonou. Every Nigerian wants to go to Cotonou. Every Nigerian wants to go to Cameroon. Every Nigerian wants to travel out and feel free. But in Nigeria, where we are, you cannot travel from here to here and be free. If you are from the west, you cannot travel to the north and be free. If you are from the north, you cannot travel to the west or to the south and be free. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining. This is 12:40. Today is the 14th day of May 2024. Let's talk. Why do Nigerians hate themselves so much? Why do we have so much hatred in Nigeria? Sometimes I will be asking myself questions like, why do we have so much hatred in Nigeria? Please, if you are just tuning in, the light over here is not too bright because it is night over here. Let's talk. Why do we hate each other in Nigeria? Why the hatred? The hatred is so much in Nigeria that when you go to the Nigeria social media space, you will see so many hatred by what people write, what they say. When you go through comments, you see that, oh, we are managing our democracy, we are managing our country. Because what is going on in Nigeria now, sometimes I will be imagining, is this how other people are running their country? If a nation is going like this, I don't think there is any way we can be together forever. Because I do tell people we are managing our democracy. We are just managing democracy in Nigeria. That is the truth. We are just managing democracy in Nigeria. Because nothing is going to work out from what I'm seeing. Nothing is going to work out. A lot of hate, too much hatred. So much hatred in Nigeria. I've never seen a country that can develop with hatred, the level of hatred in Nigeria. I've never seen any country on earth that hates each other like that could survive it. So the question I'm asking, please, if you are just tuning in, good morning. I'm asking this question, why is it that we have so much hatred in Nigeria? The hatred in Nigeria is so much. So I need answer, please. If you know the reason why we have so much hatred in Nigeria, please comment there. Let us see your own opinion, because I am beginning to ask questions. If you go to social media space, just go to Facebook, go to Channel Television on YouTube, check the comment sections. You will see the level of hatred in Nigeria. Let me be honest with you. A country like Nigeria is supposed not to be together. We are not supposed to be together in one country with these different tribes. We're supposed to be a confederation. You see, Cotonou, there is no Nigeria that does not love a Republic Cotonou. Every Nigerian wants to go to Cotonou. Every Nigerian wants to go to Cameroon. Every Nigerian wants to travel out and feel free. But in Nigeria, where we are, you cannot travel from here to here and be free. If you are from the west, you cannot travel to the north and be free. If you are from the north, you cannot travel to the west or to the south and be free. The hatred is too much. So I think if you come down to reason and understand the reason why we have hatred in Nigeria, I think we are managing our democracy just to wind away time. Because with the level of what I'm seeing in Nigeria, I don't think that we can survive it like this. Because you see, one thing about hatred is that if we build this up in our future generation, things will continue to go wrong, and this hatred will grow from one level to the other. Now, let me give you an example of what I'm saying. Like today, the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Atiku Abubakar, tweeted. He said it is an honor and privilege to host the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi. That was the tweet, and he put the photo when they were having a handshake. Just after like an hour or 2 hours, he posted the video. The social media space in Nigeria just catch fire. Everybody was posted, oh, blah, 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 blah. Even people who were saying, why didn't Atiku and Peter Obi join together in 2023? They could have defeated APC, even APC rigged the election, they could have defeated them. They are still saying, oh, Obi is going up and down. Why the hatred? We have so much hatred in Nigeria. Good morning, everyone. Please, if you are just joining in, I'm asking question tonight, Why do we have so much hatred in Nigeria? Why so much hatred? Why do we hate each other? Please, if you have the answer, put it on the comment section. Let us read your own opinion and let us deliberate on it. Why do we have so much hatred? Now, let me take you back to the time Goodluck Ebele Jonathan became the president of Nigeria. There is nothing they did not do against Goodluck Jonathan. Is it because Goodluck Jonathan is from the South, the Ijaws, who are more or less minority? They are more minor than the Southwest and the Southeast. So I'm asking this question. See, Goodluck Jonathan was removed out of power because they sponsored Boko Haram. They did all sort of things. They carried his picture in the coffin. They wrote RIP. They did all sort of things. At the end, they forcefully removed Goodluck Jonathan from the presidency and they brought Buhari. And Buhari did the worst. And here we are with Tinubu. Things are still going bad. So the question I'm trying to ask is, why do we have so much hatred? If we have this kind of hatred in Nigeria, it's an indication that we cannot go forever together as a nation. We cannot go together forever as a nation. I know that right from time, Nigeria wasn't a nation that everyone was living peacefully. Everyone was living in their own places and so on and so forth. But now, I think it is time for us to start asking questions. And if you think that because people who are becoming president are not competent enough, you could be wrong. Sometimes I don't believe that it is because our presidents are not trying. Yes, most of them are clueless. Most of them don't have ideas on how to change the country. But if we still have a good president, what they did to Jonathan, they will still do it to him. So there is a problem in the system. There is a problem in Nigeria. That is why I'm asking this question. Why do we have so much hatred in Nigeria? I'm waiting to see your own opinion. If you know the reason why we have so much hatred in Nigeria, why we are finding it difficult to cohabit. When you go to Guinea, when you go to Gambia, all these countries I'm calling the Africa countries, Nigerians are living there peacefully. I see a lot of Nigerians in Gambia. A lot of Nigerians are in Senegal. A lot of Nigerians are in Ivory Coast. They are living peacefully. But why is it that we can't live peacefully in this country called Nigeria? Hatred everywhere. If this one does this, I'm just trying to understand what is really the problem. Please, if you know the problem, let me know. Because I don't think what I have in my memory here is enough to answer it. No, it is not. It won't be enough to answer it. It's either Hausas hating Igbos, or Igbos hating Hausas, or Yorubas hating Igbo, or Igbos hating Yorubas. Our common enemies are the politicians. Our common enemies are the so-called leaders we have. Me and you, we are not enemies. All these political elites, at that level, they are one. Both Igbo politicians, Yoruba politicians, Hausa politicians, Ijaw politicians, Bini politicians, all of them, at that level, they are one. The only enemy we have is them. You are not my enemy, I'm not your enemy. Don't look at your brother that is a Yoruba man as your enemy, because everything the person is doing, he must have been brainwashed by these so-called politicians. If you see what is going on, the hatred from the north, the hatred from the east, the hatred from the south, it is the politicians that are causing it. So what I'm trying to say is that our common enemy are the politicians we have. Politicians are our common enemies. Our brothers and sisters, they are not our common enemies. Okay, just imagine that they did not amalgamate Nigeria together. Our neighboring countries could have been the Yoruba nation, don't know, maybe the Middle Belt nations, the northern region, the eastern region. Then we that come from south side again, maybe we have our own country. Then we could have also been living peacefully. Like if I want to go to Cotonou today, I want to go to Ghana today, I will feel free, I will go free. But there are some places in the country called Nigeria that you will go to, you will not feel free. So it is a big problem that I'm just trying to ask questions, because what I'm saying is not really good. It's not good. It's not good at all. So I don't know, what are we going to do to stop this hatred that one tribe is hating another tribe, and all these things are being caused by politicians. I keep on repeating it because I know that it is the politicians that are causing it. Not when During the Africa Cup of Nations, you will see how Nigeria will unite together. When it comes to movie industry, you see how Nigeria unite together. When it comes to music, in music industry, you see how Nigeria unite together. You see Nigeria in harmony, in peace. But once you hear about politics, that is where you have, this one is an Igbo candidate, this one is an Hausa candidate, this one is a Yoruba candidate, this one is this, this one is that. So how many times are we going to allow them to deceive us? It's not fair. And this bigotry is being practiced even to the highest point. You will see so many people that you're supposed to respect. Those people would be, writing some things to incite hate. Good morning, Mr. Ekwan. Welcome back. Say hello. Chief people. Okay, that's onto negative stereotypes, especially those with minimum exposure or little education. Yes, sir. But I don't think it is only people with little education that are inciting all this hatred. Sorry, I'm on live video. I'm not supposed to call names, but I want to call them for you. I know a lot of Nigerians who are well educated, very intelligent. Somebody like Reno Mokri. If Reno Mokri posts like 100 is even too much. If he posts like 10 posts, 3 will be about, inciting hate against one tribe or the other. You can't say that such a person is not intelligent. Such a person is intelligent. But why is it that we have that type of character in Nigeria? It's not fair. That is what I'm trying to explain. Some of them, yes, I believe that so many people have not been exposed. So yes, that is correct. But some of them are exposed, but they don't have that, should I say, sound mind? I believe it's sound mind. They don't have that sound mind. I've lived with Hausa people. I have lived with Yoruba people. I was there at the Ogijo. Ogijo is in Ogun State, close to Ikorodu. I have worked there in African fundraise there. And I have lived with so many tribes in Nigeria. And I came from Delta State and I live peacefully with everyone. But I don't understand the reason why the level of hatred now caused by politicians, and people don't want to understand that it is the politicians that are causing all this hatred. Good morning, Brenda. Say, it's been my experience that no matter how rich or poor, they always have foul intentions to all Americans. Yeah. In this situation in Nigeria, no matter how rich or poor they are, but my problem is that all these political class, they are the one influencing the poor masses wrongly. Because I know that there are so many things that are bringing Nigerians together. So many things are bringing us together. Come to talk, I have said it before, let me repeat it again. When you talk about music, it brings Nigeria together. Sports brings Nigeria together. Nollywood, that is our movie industries, bring Nigeria together. So many things like this are bringing Nigeria together. But once it comes to politics, that is where you will begin to see problems upon problems. They will tell you that this one is from this tribe, this one doesn't like Muslims, this one doesn't like Christian, and so on and so forth. Mr. Ken says, Okocha, where we Igbos established the Biafra nation in the eastern Nigeria. Okay. Mr. Ken is asking, when will Igbo establish Biafra nation in Nigeria? You see, as you want Biafra nation in the east, it's not only you that want it. So many people in the west want Yoruba nation. So many people in the Niger Delta, in the Middle Belt, in the north, they still want their own freedom. Now, the question is, if everybody wants their own freedom, so who is the problem now? Now, I was telling one person something yesterday about Nigerian security. I was telling him that if we have our own regional governments, or every region goes their separate ways as country, that insecurity will not be in Nigeria any longer. Because insecurity is being caused because we are being, I would say, combined. Let me use that word, combined. We are being combined like a heterogeneous mixture. We are not together. Now, you will see someone will come to your village, a Fulani man, he doesn't have plot, he doesn't have house. Where he's going to live, you don't know. You ask him, where are you going to live? He will say, I'm in Nigeria, you can't chase me out of here because I'm in Nigeria. The person will go to the bush and stay. Tomorrow, the person will start kidnapping. So I believe that if we have our own separate country, it will be better. in one condition, because it will be easy for us to manage our security system, number one. Then number two, if we have our own separate countries, it will be easier to hold your government officials responsible. Because now, you see what is going on in Nigeria. If someone from my tribe, loot money, you know what I'm going to say? People will say it. God forbid I will not say it. I'm just using myself as an example. People will say it is our thief. Forget about it. Someone else thief. Someone else looted money. You people did not arrest him. Leave it. It is our thief. All these things are the things that are destroying us. But I believe when we have our separate countries, it will be very difficult for one man to hold that region, ransom and not rule well. Okay, let me give you an example. Just imagine that in the southwest, that they have a Yoruba nation and somebody like Sunday Igboho is their leader or their prime minister or their president. Do you think that all those shenanigans that was going on in Ekiti State, all those things will happen? It will not happen. It will not happen. Or in the southeast, maybe we have our own, they have their own separate country then. Do you think that what Hope Uzodinma is doing, that Hope Uzodinma will be able to do that? Absolutely no. If you do you think that if they have our country, what Yahya Bello is doing, Yahya Bello will be able to do that? He will not be able to do that. They will hold him responsible. But now we are all Nigerians. If the FCC chairman is from Yoruba or Igbo, if he does anything, they will say, oh, well, because he's an Hausa man, that is why you want to persecute him. This is what we are going through. And that is why Nigeria will be better off in a separate country. We can be in confederation like before Nigeria was in a region. So we have regional governments in Nigeria before. So if Nigeria could go back to regional government, I think it would be better. So I believe that it is a better way. But come to think of when, we'll say, no, I asked where, not when. Okay, where? Do I really get the question where? Where will Igbos establish the Biafra nation in the eastern Nigeria? Are you talking about the capital? The capital, I mean the headquarters. Is that what you are asking? Because I think if you want to talk about Biafra, Biafra was a country before. Biafra had passport before. They have their own currency before. They have their own headquarters in Enugu there before. So they already have a set up nation. It's not like what we said, oh, let us look for where to do this, where to do that, where to locate the headquarters. They already have all those things before. So I believe that answers your question. Mr. Ekom, it's a Ganduje stole from Kano State. People kept quiet. Now, sir, the people did not keep quiet. If you see the new government in Kano State, the NNPP, the new government is trying to bring Ganduje to book. They are trying to arrest him and detain him, but Nigerian factor will not allow them because somebody he supported is in the presidency there. That is Tinubu. The Kano people wanted to probe him. They sponsored that crisis in APC, that they suspended Ganduje from APC because they accused him of bribery. That is what I'm just saying. Just imagine if Kano State is one country, Ganduje will be in prison. But Kano State cannot put him in prison because of Nigeria factor. So that is why I'm saying that it is better that each regions will go in their own separate ways. So now you understand what I'm saying. Ganduje stole from the Kano State. People kept quiet. They kept quiet because the federal level, Tinubu and their APC, cohorts, they are defending him. But the state want to hold him ransom. The state is probing him. So that is it. He said, I know in which state because the governors disagree. When the time comes, nobody will disagree. The reason why so many governors disagree with people who are agitating because they are afraid that they will lose their power. They are afraid they will lose their influence. Just imagine when they hear Nnamdi Kanu, for example, do you know their fears? Their fear is that I will lose my political relevance because when Nnamdi Kanu will talk, I cannot talk. People will not. Some of them knows the truth, but they are benefiting, and the power they are benefiting is what they just want to, hold on to. He said, no, he said, okay. Mr. Kwame said, I doubt it, Ganduje will flee abroad. If someone flee abroad, maybe you run away, you run to abroad, no problem. If someone run to abroad, let him stay there, let him not come back. Let the person just be in exile, let him not come back at all. You understand? So if someone is guilty, like Yahya Bello, I believe Yahya Bello must have run away from Nigeria. So let him not come back again. Because if he comes back, they are going to hold him responsible. They're going to hold him responsible. So all these politicians we are having, it is a pity. And when Nigeria will see someone like P2B trying all his best, see all these people, someone like P2B is already a billionaire. His children are millionaires. What is he looking for? But he is just trying to put in his best. He knows he has the capacity, have what it takes to put in his best. Even though he can't change Nigeria, but he just wants to put in his best and make the difference. But people will not allow him. If he make a move, people will criticize him. That is that hatred I'm asking. Why do we have so much hatred in Nigeria? Why do we have so much hatred? That is why I'm asking the question. Nothing more. Nothing more. If you go to social media space now, as I said before, immediately article tweeted that he received P2B, that it was an honor and privilege to receive P2B. Everywhere it's on fire. So that is the problem we are talking about. How do we stop this hatred? The hatred is too much. It's too much. That day, Omoyole Sowore was on Arise News. He was talking about the detention of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, that he sensed that Nigerians hate people from the southeast, especially when your name sounds southeast. So you can go back and watch the video, what Omoyole Sowore said. I posted the video, I titled it Top Secret. Omoyole Sowore Review Why Nnamdi Kanu, something like that. Yes, I think so. So what I'm trying to say is that minorities are suffering. It's not only the southeast. Minorities are suffering in Nigeria, especially minorities that are cold. If you are too cold, you are not hot, you don't do violence, you will suffer in Nigeria, because Nigeria survived by violence. That is why Fulanis are killing people, doing all sort of things. You understand? So we don't have one ideology, we don't have one mindset. Nigeria is supposed not to be in one country. God knows the reason why he separated people from different regions, from different ideology, from different religion. God did not bring them together. So when you bring them together, it is in your own peril, and that is why we are all suffering. That's why we are suffering what we are suffering today, because God did not bring us together. Someone came, they called it, don't look at how, I don't know. They came, they bring us together, they call it amalgamation, and right from time till now, we have been suffering the effect of that amalgamation. Why someone who amalgamated us is resting in peace. The minorities in Nigeria always suffer. Yes, minorities in Nigeria are suffering unless you start terrorizing, like Fundanis. Not Fundanis anyway. There are so many Fundanis who are good people. There are so many Fulanis who are good people. But I mean the Fulani bandits. Fulani bandits. So most minorities are suffering. Those who are not suffering are terrorizing. Because Nigeria is not a place that will serve you and give you what you want and give you your destiny. Nigeria will kill your career. Nigeria will kill your destiny. Nigeria will kill everything. Everything. You have Nigeria will wipe it there. May Nigeria not happen to us. And that is just a prayer. May Nigeria not happen to us. Because if Nigeria happen to you, you will be frustrated, of which I believe God will not allow us to be frustrated. So that is the issue with Nigeria. It's so unfortunate. It's so pathetic anyway. And here we are in 2024. Everything they are doing now is not to tie road. It's not to do anything good for the citizens. Just to prepare for 2027 presidential election. That is what they are doing now. Just to prepare for 2027 presidential election. So that is why I keep on repeating it. There is nowhere I will go. I will not tell people that Nigerian politicians, that they don't believe in Nigeria. I repeat it every day. Every blessed day I will repeat it. They don't believe in Nigeria. It's just like when you are building a house. After building a house, you know that the pillar of the house is not strong. You ask your children and your family not to stay in that house. You now went and built a very strong boys' quarter, and you hide under that boys' quarter because you know that house is going to fall. That is the character of Nigerian politicians. They know that Nigeria is going to fall. They know that Nigeria cannot produce, the system in Nigeria cannot produce good people, cannot produce smart people. Now, the education system, they remove their children from there. The hospitals, they themselves will not go. That is what they are doing. So I will continue to say it every day. They don't believe in Nigeria. And they remove their children from there. Politicians don't believe in Nigeria. So they get the money, use it to send their children abroad. They go treatment abroad. Their investment is in abroad. Their houses is in abroad. Their everything, their company is in abroad. So I wish you good life and all the best. Salute you from Batipandia, Italy. Okay, thank you so much for joining. Good evening, Mr. Marco. Good evening, Mr. Marco. Mr. Kundene says, do you think Nigeria currency will be replaced by the dollar? Absolutely no. It won't be replaced because it is been decreasing rapidly. Yes, it is decreasing because Nigeria is not producing enough. We are almost 260 million people in Nigeria. We can't even produce what we can eat. The food products that Nigeria are producing is not enough to feed 100 million people. So we base on importation. We have crude oil in Nigeria. We have 3 refineries plus Dangote refineries, but the government is still paying for a subsidy. It's embarrassing. So we have crude oil in Nigeria. We have everything in Nigeria. They are still going abroad to refine our petroleum product. How do you want Naira to rise? See, when we tell you people that Nigerian currency, the Naira, will continue to depreciate, it's not because we are not patriotic. We are the one that are patriotic. Your politicians don't use Naira, they use dollar. They use another currency. So we are the one that are patriotic, telling you the truth. The CBN government went on and started using foreign reserve. They started using our foreign reserve to make sure that they support Naira to climb, and they were lying to us. And when you tell them that, look at what is going on, Naira is going to depreciate, they say you are not patriotic. You want Nigeria to fail. But no, they are the one that want Nigeria to fail because they are not using Naira. Look at Yahya Bello, when EFCC declared him wanted, the money he paid to American school, it was dollar, not Naira, a governor. Why? Why? We must begin to ask ourselves questions. Why? Why would a governor be spending dollar in Nigeria? Because these people don't believe in their currency. They don't believe in the educational system. That is why he uses dollar in Nigeria. He don't believe in the educational system. He put his children in American school. Now, he don't believe in health system. The other day, they told me that his wife was sick. He flew it abroad. So these people, they are not in Nigeria. They don't believe in Nigeria. He said, do you think, okay, Mr. Kunden says, I think it is a problem in most of Africa. We have a lot of natural resources that can make us money, but we rely heavily on imports, which is sad. I am from South Africa and we face the same problem. Absolutely, that is the problem of leadership. This is the problem of leadership. I read a book about 1960s Nigeria, Singapore, South Korea, Brazil, and United Arab Emirates, Dubai. These countries were projected that this country will develop together. They are in the same pace. But as I talk to you, they have left Nigeria. They left Nigeria behind because of leadership problem. Now, after our independence, 1 naira, Nigerian naira, was above the United States dollar. 1 naira was above 1 United States dollar. So what happened in due time? Because our politicians, we loot our resources and invest it in abroad. When they die, the money will stay in abroad and so on and so forth. It says it opens door to corruption and benefit for politicians. Absolutely, that's what I'm saying. And Mr. Kwame is saying Algeria, with a population of 50 million, has a bigger GDP. This shows badly mismanaged nation. All right, see, that is the truth. You are talking about Algeria with 50 million. What about California in USA? Only the state of California has a GDP that is greater than the whole Africa. Only Spain, a population about 50 million, has a GDP that is greater than the whole Africa. Are you going to talk about Germany, that has population about 60 million, has a GDP greater than the whole Africa? See, we have, like in Nigeria, we have iron ore, we have tin, we have crude oil, we have gold, and so on and so forth. Nigeria don't have a single gold mine, but when you get to Dubai, you will see Nigerian gold. I don't know whether you understand what I said. Nigeria, we know we have gold. Then Nigeria don't have a gold mining factory, or they don't even bring it up that Nigeria is mining gold, that this is the revenue we have from gold. It is silence. But when you go to Dubai, you will see a shop where they are selling Nigerian gold. That is the corruption in the highest order. So if I choose California, people will say those places aren't Africa. They will say you can't compare apples with oranges. If you can't compare apple with orange, then what are you going to compare apple with? All of them are fruits. As far as those countries started below Nigeria and they have accelerated their prosperity to where they are today, we don't have any excuses. Nigeria don't have any excuses. I'm just telling you the reason why Nigeria is failing. The reason why Nigeria is failing is because of our politicians. Like our president Tinubu today, he don't believe in Nigeria. As far back of 1999 to 2000, he said, I don't believe in one Nigeria. It is documented. It is on the newspaper. But that is not what I'm saying. I'm talking about what of now. I don't know. I don't want to say words that tomorrow people will come after me. But what I'm trying to say is that he don't believe in Nigeria. If a president of a country believes in Nigeria, he will not go to medical treatment abroad. He will not go vacation abroad. He will not build his company abroad. He will not have 2 passports as a president. Everything abroad. Your minister of education, their children will not go to school in Nigeria. They will go to school abroad. When they are sick, they will go to abroad. The minister of health, their children will not go to school, go to government hospitals. So how do you want Nigeria to grow? So this is the problem we have in Nigeria. Nothing more, nothing less. Nothing again. This is just the problem we have in Nigeria, that our so-called political leaders don't believe in Nigeria. And later they will be calling someone like Sunday Igboho, Nnamdi Kanu, that these people don't believe in Nigeria. No, it is our politicians that doesn't believe in Nigeria. Mr. Kwam says, my comment about the educated class stance. They are responsible for the state of affairs of the nation. They have forsaken their responsibility to guide the nation for personal gain. Absolutely. But it is not only personal gain, it is wickedness. I call it wickedness. You see, when one person knows to 1 billion, you could say the person is a thief. But when the person knows 2 million, 2 billion, 3 billion, 4 billion, 5 billion, 10 billion, 30 billion, one person, that is wickedness. Because what are you going to do with the money? Even your 100 generations to come can't finish the money. So it is wickedness, absolute wickedness. Said by Babangida. We don't want to talk about all those ones, because all those ones are the major problem we have in this country. All those ones are the major problem we have in this country. So I don't really know, because Nigerians are really suffering. Now, if you go to the metropolis, you go to Asaba, like in my state, when you are in the town like Asaba, Warri, in Agbo, all those townships, you think that everything is going well. Come to the villages and see how people are suffering. Come to the villages and see how bandits are adopting people. Come to the villages and see how people abandon their farm. They are not going to farm any longer. That is the issue. That is the problem. So people think that Abuja is Nigeria. Abuja is not Nigeria. The other day I saw, is that not yesterday or the day before yesterday? I saw Prince Charles came to Nigeria from Britain, the Prince of the United Kingdom. People were welcoming him, floating around him. People were just, see, what these people are supposed to do, they are not doing it. Your forefathers enslaved us upon the whole colonization and everything. You still come to Nigeria to do what is not necessary. I don't have any problem with that though. But the problem I have with that is that he comes to Nigeria, he visited Lagos. So when he go back to United Kingdom, he will tell them, oh, Nigeria is peaceful. Lagos is not Nigeria. Go to the villages close to Lagos in Ogun State. Most of the villages there have been sacked by bandits. Those places are Nigeria. So inside town there where you are, where you go to, Aso Rock, well, I know that one day, that thing that is chasing people in the village will come to Aso Rock. It will come to the metropolis. It will come to Ikeja. It will come to Asaba. It will come to everywhere. It will come to everywhere. But now, you see, politicians, they might be sleeping now, but time will come, they will not sleep again. Because when you leave something to grow, It will grow to the level that you cannot handle it any longer. So that is the problem, that Nigerian politicians, they have sold this country. They have sold our country. They sold it with penny. And as far as they looted, thank you, Mr. Obiagweze. So you are right. Yeah, that's what we are saying, because Nigerian politicians, they are just the problem. They are the one dividing tribes. They are the one dividing religion. They are the one making people to hate each other. Some persons have lived in Lagos for 50 years. What they experienced in the last election, they have never experienced this once in their lifetime. But the question is, do you know why they experience it? Because someone is in the ballot. Someone like P2B is in the ballot. That is why they could not allow some persons to, to vote. And later people come out to say, oh, one Nigeria, my food. We are managing the democracy. We know that democracy cannot sustain Nigeria. We know that. Everybody knows. Even Tinubu knows. Tinubu knows that democracy cannot sustain Nigeria. You say, hand Nigeria fire to UN or Putin on contract for 10 years. You will see progress. Yorubas will defeat Fulanis if they team up with Igbos. They don't need to hand it over to UN or Putin. Just hand Yoruba to Sunday Igboho. There will not be anything like bandits in Yoruba land. You people should hand Yoruba land to Sunday Igboho. For 2 months, you will not see bandits. That is to tell you that all these politicians, they know how to stop the bandits if they want to stop it. They know how to stop the Boko Haram if they want to stop it. In 2014, we all saw how Buhari told Goodluck Jonathan, if you kill Boko Haram, that is, you are declaring war against the North. You know what that means? We are the founders of Boko Haram. Don't touch us. Boko Harams are our brothers. And when Buhari eventually assumed office as a president, you know what he did? He now inducted them as a repentant Boko Haram into the Nigerian army. What are we not talking about? Mr. Quincy, I think people have fallen into a state of helplessness. And this is encouraged by the politicians. Absolutely. People rely on the politicians, and the politicians aren't interested. They are not interested. But it is our fault. It is our fault. It is our fault in the sense that we don't know our rights. We don't know our rights. See, how many people police go arrest? You see what happened during the census is a child's play with what is going to happen. And that is why I loved someone who is more radical to have to have crowd like P2B. P2B is a good man. P2B is a good man, but if Showore have 6 million votes that P2B had in the last election, that they rig against him, I know that 6 million vote is not a vote that P2B had. But if it was Showore, they will shut Nigeria down. If Showore have that level of support, he won election, you rig it against him, forget about Nigeria. Nigeria could have been burning now. You understand? We need more people who are mad, because Nigeria is not a normal place. You can't be normal to rule Nigeria. You say you want to change things. Okay, it's a Mali, Democratic Republic of Congo, Burkina Faso, etc. have all told Haiti don't want the UN either. UN doesn't have, the solution to their problem. UN don't have solution to their problem. That is it. It's a big problem that the UN will come into a country and insecurity will increase. So what is the essence of UN peacekeeping missions and so on and so forth? So they don't have the solution to the problems of these countries as far as I'm concerned. So what I'm saying is that we are managing our democracy. I know democracy won't save Nigeria, but as far as we are still managing the democracy, we need people who are not normal to be in that position. So I think if before the election we'll have the opportunity to meet with Mr. P2B again, we must tell him not to be normal. It's not the time of, we know that we rigged the election, but nobody should enter street, everybody should calm down. We don't need such words again. We don't need such statements again, because if you want to change something that is not normal, you must be abnormal. You must be abnormal. You saw that things are not going well. The election was rigged against you. That was what Goodluck Jonathan did. Goodluck Jonathan was rigging an incumbent president. They were rigging an election against him. They were rigging an election against him. And at the end, you know what he did? He made call. Even when INEC chairman have not pronounced the result, he congratulated Buhari. People say sportsmanship that you knew that you did not lose the election. You are incumbent president. You say you don't want people to die. And you left office and a lot of people have died. So it's a big problem that Mr. Ekwam says, do you think P2B will take you seriously? The man is very conventional. Yeah, he's very conventional, but he's a person that listens very well. P2B is a good listener. P2B is a good listener. That is what I know about him. So if you have one-on-one conversation with him, he listens very well. He's a listening type. So I believe that when you talk to me, a lot of things that P2B would plan to do, but when people talk to him, he said, okay, let me put it in a hypothesis to see the idea that is better. So the man is a good listener, and that is one of the characteristics of a good leader, your ability to listen to your followers when necessary. Yeah, and when you listen to people, though does not necessarily translate to using what they are telling you to work, but he's a good listener. So it is a shameful thing, but I pray that God will help us. God will help us to. But we must surely help ourselves, because God is not going to come down from heaven to help us. We must surely help ourselves. The God that exists is us. We are the gods that exist. God has given us all power. Those people who are Christians, Genesis chapter 1 verse 26 says that God said, let us make man in our own image and let them have dominion. You know what that means? He said, all hope is not lost. Niger Republic was a basket case, of course, until General Tishani had a bloodless coup to remove Bazoum, and kick out the French and Americans. Yes, absolutely. So Nigeria's case isn't entirely hopeless. Yes, I agree with you. I stand with your statement there that we are not entirely hopeless. We are not hopeless. We are not hopeless. If we are hopeless, we'll not be talking now. If we are hopeless, there is no need to be outspoken. If we are hopeless, we could have even go to our bed. 2027 is coming. We will still fight for it. You know why we are going to still fight for it? You know why we are going to still vote? Because if you did not vote, it will be easier for them to even do more bad things that they are going to do. So it is better you vote. If part of your vote is counted, no problem. As far as at the end, we'll have one or two good people there. And you can't just imagine. We can try it and it will work out. I was talking to some persons today. They are saying that, do you think that your vote will count in 2027? I say, what stops us to stop that system that make our vote not to be counted? That system that is making our vote not to be counted. Why can't we stop it? People should not use 2023 to give example again, because we did not prepare for that election. Let's tell ourselves the truth. 2023 election, the Labour Party or the Obedience, we did not prepare for that election, because it will be just defected from PDP, enter Labour Party, and everybody started running up and down, started canvassing people, polling unit agent. We did not prepare all those things. It was easier for them to rig because we did not prepare very well. So 2023 election should not be just totally reference to what would happen in the future or tomorrow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. I know most persons are sleeping, but you are here with me. I really appreciate it, and I do not take it for granted. Do not take it for granted. I think in the next 5 minutes, we'll be calling it a night. It's already morning. Yeah, what is the time? This is 1:28, almost 1:30 Nigeria time. So good morning, everyone. I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much, Mr. Ekwam. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Where do you live, sir? Mr. Ekwam, where do you live? Which state are you from? Let me see if we can meet in one of these days, probably month ending or next month. Oh, Australia. You are not even in Africa at all. Australia is far. So, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I have a brother in Australia. Okay, my dad is from Delta State, Abada. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Thank you so much. Ebra Christopher Uche. Good morning. Thank you so much, sir. I say thanks, brother. I enjoy your analysis. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, that is the way you can support me. You subscribe. Thank you so much. So, Mr. Ekwam, we are from the same state. I am from Idumasa, a Kanotist local government area of Delta State. So we are from the same state. Okay, Mr. Christopher from USA, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. We don't have any other home apart from Nigeria. That is why we always talk about the defects, the problems in Nigeria.